yes! Oh, a completely different start to the show today, boys and girls. At the special request of young Susan, our cat lover, looking after those lovely tigers and lions. She wants me to do this with my new hat. I've been walking these streets so long, singing the same old song. I know every crack in these dirty sidewalks of Broadway, where hustle's the name of the game, and nice guys get washed away like the snow on the rain. It's been a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the lights are shining on me. Oh yes, like a rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo. Like a rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, and offers coming over the phone. Hello, is that another offer? Well, I really don't like the rain, and a smile can hide all the pain, but you're down when you're riding the train that's taking the long way. And I dream of the things I'll do, with a subway token and $1 tucked inside my shoe. There'll be a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the lights are shining on me. Like a rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. Like a rhinestone cowboy, yeah, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, and offers coming over the phone. Like a rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo. Like a rhinestone cowboy. Oh, yes. Oh, that's a lovely different start to the show today, boys and girls. A little bit of singing for you. Now, why was I singing? Hang on, I need another little bit of music here. Oh, excuse me. I should have lined that up, really. Hang on, where are we? Yes, because today sorry, hang on a minute. Today, I'll be... Oh, is that working? Anyway, today I am JR in Dallas. Oh, yes. Oh, I used to... Didn't you love it? We love Dallas. Although I have to say, not really looking forward to the Dallas film, especially as the real Dallas people aren't going to be in it, are they? I mean, they're going to... I'm sure they're perfectly good actors. I've heard J-Lo. Oh, yes, the boys love J-Lo, don't they? Do you know, I've got this feeling that J-Lo could possibly pull more blokes than me. Now, that is saying something, isn't it? I reckon she could. J-Lo could possibly pull more blokes than me. Anyway, the reason I'm wearing today my red sparkly Bingay jacket today, boys and girls. My red sparkly Bingay jacket, I've got that on, and my new cowboy hat, as sent by dear Susan, our cat lover. Aren't you, my darling? You are our cat lover. So thank you very much for my hat, darling. I've got that on today. I might take the red jacket off in a minute because it's a bit hot in here. I love the... Oh, incidentally, also on my JR hat, it's a proper cowboy hat. This isn't something she's bought in a little one of those tourist shops. This is a proper cowboy hat. Oh, you know, you could just feel the quality. Absolute high quality. Where's it made? Let me have a look. Look at this. Made in the USA. Yes, 100% wool. It says Little Joe on the inside. And not only is it a cowboy hat, on the side of the hat is a little badge that says Southfork. Yes. Southfork. I could have been possibly one of Ray Krebs' cowboys, couldn't I? Ray Krebs was in Dallas. So there we are. I've got my red sparkly Bingay jacket and my cowboy hat. Oh, what a nice start to the show today. Nice start to the show. And I'll read a little bit from... She sent me an envelope. If you remember, at the end of the last show, we opened the box and the hat was in the box. There's also a letter which I didn't have time to read. On the front of the letter, it says, to JR, no, to CR. CR, I like it, Susan. I'm getting madder by the day, aren't I? Be honest. I am getting madder by the day. From Sue Ellen, no, from Susan. So from CR to CR from Susan. I like it, Susan. She says, sorry the lion mane didn't cover your bald spot. Yeah, there wasn't much of it, was there, dear? I still have that here, you know. It's behind me now. Where is it? There it is. On the wall behind me. You can't see everything on the wall behind me, but I tend to put up little postcards and things like that that kind people have sent me. She says, now, I want you to put on your sequined jacket, your cowboy hat, and sing Glenn Campbell's Rhinestone Cowboy. It's done. It's done, my dear. She says, especially the part that says, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know and offers coming over the phone. Yes. Well, I mean, we've got the cards and letters, but I don't know about from people we don't even know because, let's face it, we all know each other here at United Kingdom Talk, don't we? Eh? So when you say don't know, I suppose don't physically know might be better, but we can't. The word physically doesn't fit into the song, dear. So that's it. And as for offers over the phone, there's been no offers this week, dear. None at all. No offers, Susan. Oh, but I do feel something in the envelope as well. So let's see what that is. We're going to have to see what this is in the envelope, Susan. What have you put in this envelope, my darling? Is everything flashing? Yes, that's it. Just that way, I've got some lights up there that flash away and tell me everything's working, you see. Hang on, let me open this envelope. It's all very well packaged, Susan, I must say, dear. Oh, hang on a minute. I'll tell you what. Before we open this envelope, let me just read an email that came through from Susan before the normal postal letter came through. She says, hi, Chris, because you remember the other... show a couple of days ago, I did say that I was feeling in a very good mood. And I didn't know why. She says, I just wanted to comment on the reason for your good mood. Maybe it's because I mailed your surprise to you this Monday, which of course has now arrived. See, I had no idea this was coming. I like that. Don't you like that? Do you like surprises? Do you remember as a child, perhaps, a very young child, you would wait, perhaps... Oh, I think actually, more when you were a child then. I'm not so sure that the little ones today get as much, how would you put it, get as much excitement out of their presents. Because usually we ask people what they want for Christmas, don't we? When you're really little, or when I was really little, I didn't really ask for anything. So whatever it was a surprise. And I think that's so much fun, don't you? When you don't know what's coming through the post. And I had no idea this was coming. Look at this. Look at it, my JR hat. I can't believe it. Anyway, she says, yeah. So, I mean, it's better when you get surprised and you've got no idea what's coming. I mean, I had no idea this was coming. No idea. She says, maybe it's because I mailed the surprise to you this Monday, which of course is now here. She said, they said it would take a week to 10 days for you to receive it. Usually, I know when I have received a package. It will just pop into my head that the package I've ordered will be at my house when I get home from work. How do you do that? You have the eye of time, my dear. You have the eye of time, don't you? Yes. Oh, we used to have a TV series here called Catweasel. Children's television show used to be on Sunday morning, way back in the 70s. And he had the eye of time. He was like this tramp. but he was a magician, and he used to live in a water tower, an empty water tower. It's great. Cat weasel. Have a look on. There's bound to be some bits and pieces, perhaps on YouTube for that cat weasel. Have a look on cat weasel. CATWEAZLE. All right, Z, if you must, Z. We call it Z, dear. Z. Z is Z. Who didn't know that? As a matter of interest, any Americans watching, did you know that in the English alphabet, our Z is your Z? Did you know that? We don't have Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. What this Z? What's all this Z, dear? Z, Z, Z. ZZ Top. They're quite good. She says, several times I have thought that it's impossible for it to be there since my package is not due for another 10 days. But when I get home, my package will be there. I have learned to trust my intuition now. I think the same is true for you. Oh, absolutely. Intuition. I don't know, it's a good and a bad thing, isn't it? You know all those people that you used to give the benefit of the doubt to? And then as I've become older, I've found that actually, most of the time, I was right about someone without actually... Do you know what I mean? You kind of, if they upset you a bit or you thought, oh, perhaps they're not such a nice person, but you gave them the benefit of the doubt. And I've found over the years that actually you were right. And I'm not so sure that's a good thing or not, Susan, to be honest. Can I just move the camera a little bit round there? Because you can't see the mirror ball going round, can you? That's better. These things are important to me, dear. I'm just going to move you back a little bit as well. You're a bit too close. Oh, hang on, you've gone all crooked. 1 second. 1 second. There we are. Went all a bit crooked then. There's no point in me... Oh, just a minute. I can't get that... Oh, isn't it annoying? You see, usually I'll set all this up at the beginning of the show. There we are. That's done now. No point in spending money having the mirror ball turning around like that if you're not going to see it, is it, dear? That's a waste. It's a waste. Now, do you mind if I take my jacket off now? Because it's getting quite hot now. I'm going to take my red sparkly jacket off. And do I leave the hat... I don't know if I should leave the hat on or not. What do you reckon? Should we leave the hat on or hat off? It's actually quite warm under this hat, isn't it? I noticed that it's warm. But this wood... Look at my... I can push that right down on my ears. It's just a little bit... No, it actually rests right on my... I think you've got the perfect size hat here, Susan. I love it, dear. I'm not sure what people will think if I walk around town like this. Do you think I should just try it? Shall I take it up to my sisters? I think I might, yeah. Take this. I've got to show this to my sister, what my lovely listener has sent me. Yes. Thank you, Susan. She says, subconsciously, you know a surprise is on the way. Yes, I think that's what it is. That's why I was feeling good last week. You must have been sending me thought messages, mustn't you? Telling me that there was something on the way. Yes. She says, about the wind turbine, it's funny that you mentioned that. I was actually checking into getting one myself. Now, I don't know if you saw the show a couple of shows ago, but since that, a man has been round to have a look at my house, and unfortunately, I'm not in a position here where I am to having a wind turbine. Now, there was a letter here I was going to read to you. What have I done with that now? I thought it was in this... Oh, there it is. 1 minute. There it is. Very nice letter from... Wind Save, which was the company that were going to install one round. They sent a man round to see if where I live is suitable. And she says, further to our installation team's recent site assessment of your property in relation to the possible installation of a Wind Save microturbine, we write to advise you that we have now received their written report, and the installation team has identified that a turbine will not operate efficiently due to turbulence created by the proximity of trees. On this basis, we regret to advise you that we do not consider that your property is suitable and we will not be progressing the installation any further. Now, that to me is a sensible, good company. There's many big companies out there, Susan, that would have just stuck, oh yeah, you'll be all right, just stuck one up, taken the money, and I would have been disappointed. So I'm really, really very, very impressed by the WindSave people. If you want to have a look at their site, it's www.windsave.com. Absolutely should you give credit to companies where credit is due, I think. And I'm very, very impressed by that. Lady's name, what was her name? Yvonne Strachan, domestic sales team. Very impressed. Windsave.com is the website for them. Fantastic service. So unfortunately, Susan, I can't have one here. She says, over here, you can get one that is mounted on what looks like a flagpole for about $14,000. It usually, so that's 14,000, that's about £7,000, which is incidentally a lot more than that one would have cost me. The one that they were trying to sell to me was about £1,800, okay? But I gather if your one is to go on a flagpole, it's probably generating a lot more electricity than the small one they were going to install here. She says, over here you can get one that is mounted on what looks like a flagpole for about $14,000. It usually will generate enough electricity to power your whole house. I think I will wait a few years, though. I want to get a storm cellar dug in my backyard first. There is no sense in getting a wind turbine if Kitty and I have been blown away. Poor Talon, my dear. Talon's Susan cat. She's got a great big bobcat. Huge cat, this thing is. Beautiful creature. She says, also, Talon loves being dried off with a towel, just like your cats. Yeah, my cat's like that. If they get wet, they come into the kitchen and they like to be dried off with a towel. If he gets wet, I will wrap him up in a towel and play rub-a-dub till he is dry. Let's see more of Tiny and Katie, my gorgeous creatures. Well, not today you won't, my darling, because, of course, we're in the studio. Today, all right. I was going to do the show outside. The reason I'm actually in the studio, Susan, was to sing you that song today, like a rhinestone cowboy. She says about Roswell, you must be psychic. Now we were talking about Roswell, you know, where the aliens were supposed to have landed in the States. She says, do you know that Roswell was on our evening news on Tuesday? One of the aliens was supposedly buried in a little town close to Roswell. Some of the local people that had been to the crash site had kept fragments of the metal they had found. Just this week, they turned the metal over to one of the universities to have it analysed to see what it's made of. I will email the article that was in the Dallas paper. Be very interested to see that, Susan. I will email you some pictures of my houses. They are right next door to each other. My neighbour moved out about 2 years ago, and since the other half of the pond was on his property and our land adjoined each other, I bought it from him. I am fixing up his house to rent out, but you are not the psychic when it comes to picturing my house. Oh, yeah, because I had visions of Susan's house being like sort of a dusty thing out the back, with those, you know, brush, you know, that brush, that plant blowing all over the place. A little bit like in the Western films. But according to Susan, it's nothing like that. She says, as far as my backyard, Talon's 10-foot-tall fence attaches to my house. Is that to stop the poor cat getting out? My cats just go out. They have complete freedom. There's a little cat flap. They come in and out of my kitchen, dear. And then they go out again. Yes. This way you can come in and out as he wishes. Oh, hang on. As far as Talon's 10-foot-tall fence attaches to my house. Oh, can he get out of that fence? Oh, OK, I'm with you. Yep. Yes. Also remember, I am a member of the Hardy Palm and Subtropical Garden Club. I have 12 palm trees, hibiscus and banana plants. Oh, I like banana. Do they grow real bananas? How fabulous. I will email you some of the pictures this weekend. Right now I'm at work, so I better get back to work. Have a wonderful weekend and look for your package in the mail. And it has indeed arrived, Susan. As I say, it has arrived. And I read you the front of the envelope. Now, what's in this envelope? There's something... Oh, there's a little bag in the envelope. Now, what's in here? Well, it's all very exciting, Susan. All very exciting. 1 minute, I'll carefully open this bag. What's this say on the front? Well, look, it's a South Fork bag. It actually says South Fork on the front of the bag. Well, I can't chuck any of this stuff. I can't even chuck away the wrapper that it's all come in. South Fork Ranch, Dallas, Texas. Oh, what's this? 1 minute, 1 minute. How fantastic is this? Let me just have to open that bag a bit more. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. You was only up there last month, weren't you? Look, pictures of South Fork Ranch, where Dallas happened. I can't believe this. This is fantastic. This is somewhere where Susan lives near here. Look, pictures of South Fork Ranch, and looking even better in the picture than it used to on the television. There's a picture of the living room and a picture of Jock Ewing above the fireplace. Oh, my... Oh! What's this? Is that my Dallas hat? Look. JR's bathroom, and it's got my hat on the floor. This hat that Susan sent me has actually been in JR's house. Oh, wow. Hang on a minute. Is that the hat there next to the picture as well? It is, isn't it? There's the hat next to the picture. I've just noticed that now. My hat is next to the picture of JR. Oh, this is all too much. All too much, dear, for me. I can't cope. JR's hat again, next to the picture of Jock Ewing. Oh, yes. JR's hat again, on the table where they always had breakfast. Absolutely, I know this. Yes. Oh, wow. The actual swimming pool they sat round. Do you know what? I've got to visit this place at some point. I absolutely have to visit this. The gun used to shoot JR. Wow. The actual gun that was used to shoot JR. What else have we got here? Is that the living room, I think? Yes. Living room with the bar. Look at that. Living room with the bar. All these lovely pictures that Susan sent in, that she's kindly taken. I can't get over this. Oh, no, I don't remember the hot tub. JR's tub with hat. Don't remember the tub. Anyone remember the tub that JR used to sit in? I suppose he must. Oh, yeah, when he had the glamour girls round, doesn't he? He never sat in there with Sue Ellen, I don't think. And just more fantastic upstairs balcony of JR's bedroom I've got a picture of. Beautiful. The bathroom. Oh, this is great, Susan. This is absolutely great. What's that one? That's the hallway, isn't it? Or is it the living room? Is that the living room with the door there? And these two pictures here. She says this walkway leads to the house from the barns. There's a baby colt laying in the grass. Baby colt, where's that? Oh yeah, there it is. I see the horse. A little over a week old. He was born on the anniversary of the series. They named him Dallas. Isn't it a shame they take such great programmes off the telly? Presumably the ratings died towards the end of it. I don't know. That's when the Americans are heavily led by ratings. Another great picture of the house there, outside. The piano in the living room. Oh, it's just fantastic, these pictures. And is that a Christmas tree there? Is that a Christmas tree there? The bar in the living room with a picture of JR and Sue Ellen and my hat. Can you see my hat? That is the actual hat that's been sent to me. This is a black cowboy hat. Oh, JR's bed. Well, that saw a lot of action, didn't it, eh? My hat's on there. And there's another picture of the bed there. JR's bed. And finally... I love this one. A picture of my hat on JR's toilet. It's in a separate position. It says there's also a shower that could hold 6 people, a sauna, a toilet, a sauna? I wouldn't dream of going to such dreadful places, dear. A ticket in... Stop it. In another section, plus the tub and vanities. Oh, thank you ever so much, Susan. They're fantastic. And not only that... a South Fork Ranch keyring. Can you hear it? Little South Fork Ranch keyring, which I shall absolutely treasure. Wow. I mean, that's fantastic. Thank you, Susan. It's great to have so many photos and the keyring and the hat from something, really. Let me just put this over here, won't it? From something, really, that was such a part of all our... For many of our lives, for many years, wasn't it, Dallas? Don't you think? Isn't it funny how TV programmes, for years, even after they've gone off, they stay with us for years and years and years, don't they? And remind us perhaps some of happy times, some of sad times as well. Dallas. Great series. Thank you, Susan. Susan sent another email because I wrote to her and thanked her very much for sending the hat. She says, I didn't know what size you wore, so they suggested I buy large. Is it too, I don't think it's too, is it too big? It kind of rests on my ears. Is that correct for a cowboy hat? I think that's about right. I do actually. I think that's about right. Do you? Don't know. I do. I think that's about right. Just resting on my ears like that. She said, if it's too big, I was told you could put some folded paper inside the hat brim. Of course, if you don't want the hat, do what I do with gifts. I don't want them. I give them as Christmas presents to people I have to buy gifts for at work. No, absolutely not, Susan. I do love this hat. And I must, let me have a look at my back wall there. I'm going to hang it on my back wall. When I finish the show, I will actually hang this on my back wall. Oh, what's the time? I'll tell you what, in a couple of minutes' time, I'm going to just pop downstairs. I hope you don't mind. And get I've got a loaf of bread being made at the moment. And, I can hear the radio on as well. Just a minute. I've left a radio on in the other room. Stay there a second. I'm going to turn that off, dear. Can't be broadcasting other people's programmes, dear. There we are. That's better. Now, in a couple of minutes' time, I've got to pop downstairs and take the bread out because I just remembered that I put a loaf of bread in last night before I went to bed, and it would just actually it's probably done now. I'll just read this the other email from Susan, then I pop downstairs and get my bread out of the tin. Otherwise, it goes all soggy. As soon as the bread machine is finished, you must remove the bread immediately from the tin, or it goes soggy, and we don't like a soggy one, dear. There's nothing worse than a limp one, is there? We can't have limp bread. Thank you very much. You can't do anything with it, dear. Let me see. She says, but don't forget, I want you to sing the phrase from Rhinestone Cup. You did have just the phrase, Susan. Maybe it will bring you the cards and letters from people you don't even know, and maybe some job offers coming over the phone. Oh, that'd be nice. Job offers. Someone said, I mentioned a couple of times, it'd be quite nice to do the show in another country like Australia. I'd love to do a show in Australia. But even better than that, I think even better than that would be if I had sort of an agent or something like that, and I could travel round with the chat show to all different places and countries and meet different people and how they live. I would want to live, say, with a perhaps family in the various different countries. And I bet there'd be quite a few shocks to my system. Take, for example, some of the very poor people, certainly in India. Complete, different, total, utter change of lifestyle. But one would have to accept that. One would have to accept that and live as they live and then report back on my little chat show about it. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Being able to do the chat show from all over the world, different places. A week here, a week there, a week there, and sharing the experiences with you. That'd be great, that would. Need an agent, Susan. That's what we need. She says, I did offer to send her one of my mugs, and she says, I'd love to have a mug from you, but don't go to any special trouble. I can wait till Christmas if that's when you usually send mugs. Well, Susan, now and again, people do very kind things. You have been very kind and sent me that hat at what I would guess rather expensive hat, if you don't mind me saying so. I can tell. Don't think you're going to get there. Oh, it didn't cost much. I know that must have cost a bit because that's a proper cowboy hat. It's none of the trash that I usually buy for myself, is it? I can see that's a quality hat there. You send me your address, Susan, or an address if you're not happy sending me your full address, and I will pop in the post to you a Bingay United Kingdom Talk mug for your mantelpiece, my dear. Okay? Yes. She says, I forgot to tell you that I wrote on the back of the pictures. Yes, I saw that. It tells about the picture. I really had a nice time out there at Southfork. So, incidentally, if you've never watched Dallas, the TV series back in the 80s, then you won't know. Southfork is actually the ranch and the big house where Dallas was filmed. And it is open to the public, and you can go and visit it and have tours and that sort of thing. She said, I wish I'd gone out there earlier in the day so I could have spent more than 3 hours there. Wow, 3 hours. Yeah, you see, there are places, I think, in this world where you think you can do a visit in a couple of hours, and you don't know until you get there. Now, I've been to the Vatican in Rome, where the head of the Catholic religion, my religion, lives, the Pope. And I was there, I suppose, about 3-4 hours, and it was not enough. It was nowhere near enough, especially for a religious type thing. You know, you might want to kneel down at some places and do some praying and looking at the beautiful pictures, possibly talking to people in there about the whole history of the thing. So sometimes you do find that a couple of hours isn't enough, isn't it? And on the other hand, you go to some places, you know, oh, is that it? You know, you've arranged a whole day and it's all over and done with in half an hour. Disneyland, of course, is another one, isn't it? Anyone who's never, ever been to Disney before in Florida, don't think you're going to do it all in a week. Absolutely not. If you go to Florida, if you have a 2-week holiday in Florida, and people who have been there will tell you this themselves, 2 weeks is not... You will not do everything in 2 weeks. Okay? If you book a holiday in Florida for 2 weeks, expect to be doing something every single day and for that activity to be lasting all day. I've been very lucky. I've actually been to Florida 3 times. Love it. Love it. There's so much to do. Not only Disney, there's the Great Universal and the Sea World, and there's dinners to go out to. And is it Molly Malone's? Is it Molly Malone's or something like that? Some Irish thing there, which is fantastic. Really is. Susan said, there's so much to see, including the gift shops. You can even eat there and have your lunch at the tables by the pool. It's fantastic. I was really surprised that they did not give you a guided tour. What, you mean you were walking around on your own? Well, I think that's fantastic. I really do. Because sometimes the trouble is with some of those guided tours, you're like pushed around from one thing to the other, and you want to spend a little bit of time looking. So are you actually... Because I noticed on the photographs, actually... that there is no one in the photographs, just pictures of the thing. So I'm assuming you were able to walk around the house completely unhindered, which I think that's great. I think that's great. She says, when you take the tour, they take you into Bobby... Oh, there's another tour as well. They take you into Bobby Ewing's old office and tell you interesting facts about the show and the house. Then you are free to roam all over the house and grounds by yourself. It's just great. I had a really good time. Did you know the first name of the real owner of Southfork was JR? Oh, I didn't know that. They eventually sold the house after about the 4th year of the series. People were digging up sod in their yard and selling their mouse since it was addressed to JR. Hope you have a really nice day from Susan. Yeah, people buy the strangest of things, don't they? And we did have some news stories a few years ago. Of course, Princess Diana died over 10 years ago now. And we had this fountain built for her in sort of around the Notting Hill area. I can't exactly remember where it is now, actually. Where's Princess Diana's fountain? I can't remember now. But someone was collecting water from the fountain and selling it on eBay, and an awful lot of Americans bought this water. I mean, it was. I do believe it was the real thing, although of course you wouldn't be able to tell, would you? How do you know that I haven't gone downstairs, filled up a bottle of water, and told you it's from Princess Diana's fountain? But people collect the strangest of things, you know. And people were buying bottles of water from Princess Diana's memorial fountain. Yeah, people do buy the strangest of things. On the other hand, you know, perhaps there's something I might want to buy. Oh, I don't know. I'm not really a great collector anymore. I used to collect stamps as a child. I had a lovely stamp collection. A lot of it got a little bit ropey. I did dig out the stamp books. I don't know if you remember in the show about a year ago now. I did dig out the old stamp books and I looked at them and I thought they're probably not worth anything. But I will be taking them. I'm going to put them all in a bag because I don't really want them. Don't need them. I'm going to take them in a bag and take them down to Justin. You know Justin, my friend who runs the steam coach where I work on Friday nights, and he is a hoarder. He absolutely collects everything. Another thing, and he gets whatever he wants, and then it's on to the next thing. There's no satisfied, dreadful, but he will know by looking. He's quite good at valuing things and whatever. He'll know if they're worth anything. I doubt it very much that they were only they weren't professionally looked after, you know, with hinges. I mean, a lot of the stamps I just got a little bit of sellotape and stuck them in the book with that, you know. Anyway, thank you ever so much, Susan. That's so appreciated. Thank you very much, my darling. I'm going to stay with the emails today because we've got an awful lot to get through, and I'm to my sisters in just a couple of days' time now, and I really want to clear the emails before we go. Right? First of all, a new listener and viewer. Oh no, this is a new viewer. You're a viewer, aren't you? Hello to Matthew, who is in Devonport in Australia. And he came across me on the old Facebook, and he says, "Hi Chris, I'm watching you on United Kingdom Talk Show. You have been talking about growing plants like tomatoes, etc. Do you remember I said to you, do you grow any of your own food at all?" Matthew says, "I think I heard a garden tip on television the other day. I think if you spray espresso coffee all over the plants, I think the insect creatures die or something because the caffeine kills them. Maybe you could try it just as a garden tip, I heard, and I thought you might like to try it." Well, that's very good, actually, because it's not chemicals, is it, coffee? We might give that a go, because I do have a jar. I have a jar of coffee in the cupboard, but I don't actually drink it. Actually, that jar of coffee must have been about 3. Does coffee go off? Honestly, that jar of coffee has been in the cupboard now for about 3 years. That's shocking. I don't drink the stuff. He says, "I'm planning a change in my life. I'm planning to move to the UK because I have family here that I've never met. And my mum came from there, but not sure on what I'm going to do in the UK. Basically, I'm part British blood in me because my mum made me and my dad is an Australian. I must look at your website." And he calls himself the cheeky Tasmanian devil, Matty, because he's actually in Tasmania. Now, I've got, you see, I just said to you about, oh, hang on a minute. Do you mind if I've just got to pop downstairs and get my bread out of the tin, otherwise it'll go bad. Stay there a second. Shall I play you something while I'm just going to pop downstairs? Because it's a bit, oh no, I haven't got anything. Can you just wait a minute? I'll be back in a second. I've got to get this, otherwise it'll go all soggy and it's not nice. 1 minute. Back in a second. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'm coming back. Just a minute now. Coming back now. I should have timed that better so that it finished when just before I started the show. Here's my loaf of bread in its bread tin. See? Now, anyone who ever thought I didn't really have a bread machine will now know it. And there it is, sticking out the top. my loaf of bread. Now, this is interesting, right? Do you remember I told you I bought the wrong flour? Well, this particular loaf has been made mainly out of the wrong flour, the wholemeal flour, rather than the wholemeal bread flour. So I'm just going to tip that out there. That's looking rather nice. Let me just get rid of the tin. Oh, where can I put this? Oh, this is going to burn something now. I'll put it on that glass thing. My lovely cowboy hat. Put that on there for it to dry. Not to dry, to cool down. There we are. And here is, my lovely fresh loaf of bread out of that bread machine. Look at that. We'll have some of that later. I'll put it on the wire rack for it to cool down. I shall have a lovely slice of that when I finish the show. Thank you very much. Let me see. Right, hang on. I'm getting confused with my emails. Which order did they come in? Yep. Right, these are still from young Matty in Tasmania. See, I've got a picture of Tasmania being a beautiful, tropical, lush place. Is it a little bit like Queensland? That's how I'm imagining it for some reason, with almost like a Robinson Crusoe type island with palm trees and everything. Is it like that? Oh, tell me, Matty. He says he's a postal worker at Australia Postal Work Casual as a mail sorter in post office boxes and sorting mail that are going to destinations around the world. He says, you were funny. I must watch your show now at least every week so that I don't turn ugly. Yeah, I did mention that to people, didn't I? There's a few people a little bit worried now in case they miss a show. If you're watching the show a couple of weeks ago, you will have noticed me telling you that people who stop watching the show do suddenly become ugly. I mean, it's true. I mean, you might be out later on today, okay, walking down to the shops or something like that, and you'll see someone who a couple of weeks ago was quite good looking, you know, like yourself, and suddenly they've lost all their looks. Well, it's probably because they stopped watching or listening to the show. Now, we don't separate people that watch or listen. You can do either. Either is as good as the other where it comes to keeping your good looks. But please, whatever you do, don't stop watching the show because you will become ugly. All right? Do be careful of that. I did mention that. And therefore, Matty is in future going to watch. You know, if you suddenly go on holiday for a long period of time, but you can turn it backwards, okay? If you haven't seen the show for a while and you suddenly, oh my God, I've become ugly, then just start watching or listening again and you'll get your looks back. It does come back. It's retrospective, okay? He says, hey, did you know I once talked to Whoopi Goldberg on the phone? I love her. I love her. What's that? What was that nun thing she sang? Oh, I can't remember. Well, they're all clapping their hands, aren't they, the nuns? Sister Act, wasn't it? Sister Act. Love it. And also, I loved Whoopi Goldberg in Star Trek as well. She was in that. She said she also, Matty says, she also had a radio talk show. Maybe you could mention that so that people can be jealous that I enjoyed your show. It was funny, gave me some ideas of my thinking, and you have a good sense of humour, not just me. We need a sense of humour, Matty. You have to laugh at life, because let's face it, it's not laughing at us, dear. Laugh at it. When death is staring you in the face, laugh. Because you have to. You've got to laugh at life. He says, no, unfortunately, I don't have my own website, but I'm on a few other websites. Yes. I wish I haven't found you on the other websites yet. All right, Matty? He says, I like the backyard and your garden. It's a nice setting. He says, I like trees and the privacy. We have a few trees and hidden walkways out in my area. I live in a place called Shearwater near Port, is it Sorrel? Just outside of Devonport on the north-west coast of Tasmania. It's quite lifestyle here. We have also land out here of new house buildings in our area. And we also live near the beach, nice white sandy beach. Oh, it's lovely. Watch out for the crabs. Yes. So I just listened and watched you on your video thing. that you sent me. It makes me like you're a study viewer. You're a study viewer. Thank you, Matty. Great to have you with us. All right, Matty. And I shall actually take a little note of those 3 places that you mentioned, Shearwater, and I'm going to have a little look and see if I can see any pictures on the internet of where you are, okay? I bet it's really nice there, isn't it? I bet it's really nice. Thanks, Matt. Let me see. Hang on a minute, I'm getting confused here. Oh, gotta say hello to the Wizard of Pennine235. It's our Wiz. Hello, Wizard, regular viewer and listener to the programme. And I have to thank Wiz as well. He's actually taken the code. I sent him code. How can I explain this to Joy? Code, it's like a little bit of writing, okay? And you send it to someone for them to put on their website. And this piece of code is actually like a mini television screen, okay? Which kind of I control, and the little television screen always shows my most recent show. So anyone can have it. If you've got a website and you'd like that piece of code for your website, I know it's a little bit of self-promotion now. I know. Oh, I'm quite good at that now. I used to be terrible at that. But if you want that bit of code that gives you a video player, and then you would put it on your website, and that's it. You haven't got to do anything to it. Then it will always show my most recent show, okay? If you want that, just send us an email and I'll send it to you. The email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And Wiz did that on his site, Pennine235, so thank you for that, Wiz. He says, love the show on location in the woods. And the garden, that was quite adventurous of you. And I enjoyed the birds singing in the background. You must live in a beautiful part of England. Well, it's been great listening. Keep it up. Take care. Stay safe. That's from Alan. And that's Wizard. Thank you, Wiz. Yes, the birds singing. I love birds singing. Now, of course, I'm surprised no one's asked about my very long birds singing and noises that I recorded in the garden. About 6 or 7 weeks ago now. Has it yet been uploaded? No, I'm afraid it hasn't. The only reason is I haven't had time to do it. And there are a couple of bits I wanted to remove from it because there's a terrific crash and bang in 2 places. And I haven't got a clue what caused that. Because basically it was just a microphone set up in the garden, well, actually in the shed, and left on. Now, I know where those 2 bits of crashings are, and I need to remove those and then upload it. It's just finding the time to do all these things. So if you're wondering why that hasn't happened yet, yes, I have got the whole thing, and at some point I'll do it. Maybe we'll just wait till the winter, till we don't get the birds singing anymore. I don't know. What do you reckon? Huh? Hello to Brian Day. Hello, Brian. He's involved in a lot of different little radio things up in Manchester. And Brian wrote on my fun wall on the Facebook thing and says, lovely profile photo, taking tea with a bishop, were you? How grand and stylish. Thank you, Brian. Anyone that's seen my Facebook thing will see me. Facebook is, again, Joy, something on the internet. It's like a group of people. And you make friends and talk to people on there. My Facebook, if you want to find me, is Chris Reardon London. Anyone who's got Facebook, okay, Chris Reardon London. And also via that, you always get updates to the show and things like that. And if you're having trouble finding me, just look for the bloke who's sitting in an armchair with a black jacket on, a white shirt, drinking a cup of tea, and that's me, okay? Chris Reardon, London. That's what you might want to type into your search engines there. Also, by the way, thank you very much to Susan, again, who sent in some lovely pictures of pandas. Beautiful, beautiful little pictures of pandas. And they're just such cute creatures. They don't bite people, do they? Do they live on... Are they particularly friendly animals? I think they are pandas, aren't they? Now, hello to, it's our Suko. Hello, Suko, who says, oh dear, it seems you've fallen off the wagon of late. I'm afraid I have. Yes, it's been a couple of cheese and onion pasties, the odd bag of crisps. Oh, Suko, it's so hard. These things are sent to test us, my dear. She says you're going to hell in a handbasket. But who will be carrying the basket? That's the thing, Suko. She says, by the way, have you ever wondered how X came to represent a kiss? You know when you finish off a letter to someone or an email or a postcard, something like that, you finish it with X, don't you, at the bottom? X. Do you ever wonder where that came from, the cross? Well, Suko says, starting in the Middle Ages, people who could not read used an X as a signature. They would kiss this mark as a sign of sincerity. Eventually, the X came to represent the kiss itself. Hee, she says, I'm just a wealth of information, don't you think? Yes, I do. And it's not, I never knew that. You see, how many people didn't know that? Suko is our official teacher here on United Kingdom Talk. We love it, dear. Mwah. There's one for you. Mwah. Big X. Mwah. All right? And Suko has indeed just been for a week in Provincetown, Massachusetts, on Cape Cod, a place where you are free to be whomever you are. Now, do you remember during the last show, I did say I do work in a couple of clubs where you can be whoever you are. I've seen some very strange sights in a couple of the clubs I've worked in. There are places that I do work that I don't mention here. Now, you've heard me say that I work in another place in King's Cross, and indeed a place in Brighton. But it is not the sort of place I would be inviting a family down to, you know. And I just think there's certain things, other people like to be. How can you put that? There's just certain things that you want to talk to people that are quite normal things to say. But there are a couple of clubs that I work in, and people really are whoever they want to be. They go through those doors. There I am in the corner somewhere playing the music, and they are whoever and whatever they want to be for those few hours. And the end of the night, the lights come on, they get dressed, and they go home. Go back to their normal everyday jobs. It's all very bizarre, really. And I think it's the old thing of, accepting people for whoever or whatever they are. As long as they don't hurt anyone or cause damage or anything like that. So what, I suppose? You know. What's that word? I was looking for a word then. When you accept someone else for whatever they are. I can't think of the word now. Oh, my word. Joe used it in the last email he sent to me as a reply to one of Toby's emails, didn't you, Joe? Can't think of that word. Acceptance? Tolerance, that's it, tolerance. I think one has to be tolerant of whatever people are. I have to say, but perhaps rather unfortunately, very few things shock me now. They really do. I just accept people for what they are and whatever. So that's why I said that, where you are a place where Suko says, a place to be a place where you are free to be whomever you are. Yes. I'll send you some pictures when I download them. A 10-minute restriction on YouTube. Yeah, we did have that little problem last week, but it's gone now. I don't know if it was a problem with YouTube, whether they had some sort of technical difficulty, or they did it to everyone, and I sent them a couple of emails, which they didn't reply to personally. On the other hand, I would imagine they get an awful lot of emails. However, within a couple of days, the 10-minute restriction appears to have been lifted, at least for me. That may be because they know I don't put anything of a nature that would upset anyone, or at least I hope I don't. My programmes are all totally clean, and yeah, okay, we touch the line a couple of times, don't we? Only for a bit of a laugh. But in general, I like to think these programmes are kind of a bit family orientated. We have people from all ages listening, don't we? From, I don't know, what's the youngest person that listens, I think would have been young Lee, I think is 15, Lee here in the UK. And the oldest one was, I believe, Suko's mum at 88 last year, wasn't it? Suko says, I hope the restriction wasn't put in place by the powers that be after viewing your show. And she's just bought Jerry the flip cam. Have you? Do you like it? Isn't it easy to use, Jerry? The flip cam? Such an easy thing to use. Incidentally, anyone in the UK, you can now buy, I saw the flip cam advertised here in the UK, £85. Okay, I have seen the flip cam advertised here in the UK for £85. Lovely piece of kit. So she says, I just bought Jerry the flip cam so we can just plug in easy to YouTube with our videos, or so I thought. I was behind. Oh, are you having trouble with it? No, keep at it. You'll get it going, my darling. I was behind with 2 of your shows. Just listen to the July the 1st one. Have lots of comments, but will respond to those after listening to the July the 3rd show. Did you go to Sharon's yet? If so, how was your visit? No, not yet, but only a couple of days, Suko. Only a couple of days left and I shall be visiting my sister. There we are. Now, I'm almost out of time on the show today. Just want to quickly thank Joe from AmericanTalkUSA.com for putting, as I say, the little script, the little bit of code that carries the United Kingdom Talk television, sort of, not television, video side of things. So thank you very much for that, Joe. And he also sent in a very, very interesting article on a brand new electric car, which has recently been featured on CNN's Larry King live show, which is a cool new line of all-electric SUVs and so on. We'll be having a look at those in the next show, so thank you for that, Joe. Meanwhile, just before we go, email address chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Just before we go, have a listen to this. Tomorrow, this is again from Suko, tomorrow would be my mother's 86th birthday. Last year, I took her out to lunch and played a CD of your July the 10th show in her car. I didn't tell her you were going to sing happy birthday to her, but when she realised it was her that you were singing to, I remember she laughed and says, "Oh, you're something." My plan worked out well. And Suko says, I'm glad her last birthday was so special thanks to you. It was her last birthday because, of course, Suko's mum died at the beginning of the year. So thank you for that, Suko. That's lovely. And sometimes people say to me, but you're not paid, so why do you do this show? An email like that is all it needs. Thanks very much for watching the show, as always. I'll see you again in a couple of days. For myself, Chris Reardon, bye-bye now. Oh, I think I'll have some bread.